What's going on, everybody? It's Dot Bets. We are coming off of a almost wire-to-wire victory from Daniel Berger and absolute choke job down the stretch. How are we doing tonight, Teaser?
Good. Excited for this week. Players coming up, but last week was a little upset. Had Sepp in the mix there for a lot of it. Sunday, he just absolutely probably was the worst player on Sunday out of the.
The wheels fall off on him. I mean, I took him as a gold play, under 71.5. I mean, I felt very confident in him. I was going to go back to the well with Spieth because he was 71.5 under it, and I'm like, I had my reservations, and I'm like, Sepp put on a show on Saturday, and I liked the way he was attacking the par fives, but man, he was off on Sunday, unfortunately. But the couple Sundays before that, you saw Sepp go super low, so there's good intentions there with that play. But nonetheless, we did hit another 2-ball. Some members hit the first round 2-ball. They got mine late, so they hit a couple there. We did have a nice little if Corey Connors wouldn't have bogeyed one of them, we would have had a nice little hit there. But nonetheless, 2 balls stay with the dead heat rules. But so overall, another profitable week. We had Ludwig a bit. We were almost able to cash it out. I got up to like $100 off a $30 bet, to win $1,000, and I knew he wasn't going to win. So I was hoping Berger would have found the water at some point in the front 9, but he was playing very, very conservative. But nonetheless, another outright. Me and you were circling the leaderboard there with Sepp and Ludwig.
And we even I had Rory, of course. He was going to be in the mix too, and of course, he would draw as a Saturday morning. So that is what it is. Can't even go into further details on that, but that's just very frustrating with that one. Had him for one and done as well, so pretty much wasted him there. I know you did as well, so that kind of sucks.
Bummer. That was a bummer. I had a lot of people take nap in the one and dones too, and so I don't think it's the end of the world for me. But when you take a top player like that and
you lose them,
But I feel like I'm a little bit more #sharp than most guys in the one and done. So I feel like I can find some unique winners as we move on.
Yep.
But nonetheless, we have one of our favorite tournaments this week, the Players Championship. A lot of people consider this the 5th major of the year. Another signature event, huge crowd, arena, field. It's electric out there. So it'll be a very, very fun weekend of golf. We are going to dive into it. We do want to heads up. We do have a $50 giveaway for the Discord members of the Sharp Bros community. I gave away $50 on X yesterday. We're going to do $50 today to a winner in the Discord. So make sure if you have not yet, join the Discord below. I think it's like 10 or $12 to join for a week. And there's sometimes where we run specials. Sometimes we get as low as about $7 to join for a week. So not bad, about $1 a day. I think that's pretty cool to get into a nice community. Ken Town's been killing it with his gold plays. We got basketball, NHL, golf. We got March Madness on the horizon. And we have MLB. We've been cashing some on the World Baseball Classic too. So make sure you guys check us out. We got a lot to offer for you guys there at the Sharp Bros. Hit the link below on that front. All right, take it away, Teaser. Let's figure out what we need to target this week. Any wave advantages with the win? I know you mentioned that earlier today.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Everyone knows the course. It's probably one of the most famous courses there is. Accuracy and strategy around this type of course instead of distance. It's a Pete Dye course, so a lot of water, tons of bunkers, narrow fairways, and going to be fast greens as well. Mostly, or how most of them play it is they club down a lot off the tee, best angles into these greens. Really off the tee, distance is neutralized, driving accuracy is critical. I think good drive percentage matters more than off the tee, so it's hard to put in any models or stuff, but that kind of just means you either hit the fairway or if you miss the fairway, it's a matter of like if you're hitting the green or not on your second shot. So that's more of good drive percentage instead of just fairways hit. Approach, that's probably the biggest separator this week on if you're stuck between a couple guys. Approach is most important. Inside 150 is the hardest on tour. Small greens, probably going to be a lot of win this week. All winners should be elite approach form. Every year you see these trends come out on Twitter. It's like the one thing where you have to like narrow it down based on these trends, and it comes like every year it happens. So the last like 7 winners have been top in whatever and whatever. So that's a good thing to look at. Scrambling and bogey avoidance is good, and then putting notes, POA greens. Some guys are good on it, some are pretty bad. High 3-putt rate, so bogey avoidance is obviously a key here. And then really the holes that decide it, obviously everyone knows about 17. That's always going to be one where you're going to either make a double bogey or, you're going to lose the tournament on that. And then really just 16 to 18 overall. You got the good par 5, which you can either eagle or double bogey, and then you got 18, which is good at water all down the left. So really just to put it all into a few things: strokes gain approach, good drive percentage, and then bogey avoidance as well. So, and then I think another big one, strokes gain par 4. There's a lot from 400 to 450 this week as well.
Yeah. Nice little breakdown there. We got Jesse in the chat. What's up, buddy? Appreciate you tuning in from the Sharp Bros. Let's go. Best community out there. Put that up against anybody. But yeah, great breakdown there from Teaser. Approach this week. Kind of it's not a course where you can just bomb away. So you're going to see the likes of the Morikawas, the Siwoo Kims, the Henleys, the McNeelys, the Matsuyamas, around the greens, very big. So those are the guys that you're going to see a ton of this week, and Fleetwood. And, kudos to us. We actually look kind of smart this year with the whole fade Scotty Scheffler train. Last year, we looked like complete idiots, but at the same time, it's just hard to bet somebody plus 300, plus 200. This is the highest I've seen him at plus 425 this week with Scotty Scheffler outright. What are you going to do with him? Are we fading again? I don't know if we can touch him. What do you think?
No, I wonder. It's just funny though, because it's like he's been playing horrendous, and he's still. Obviously he didn't really finish well last week, but I wonder what it will take for him to get up to 10-1. Like, is he going to have to just be bad for a year? But it's just kind of funny because he goes up to 425 and he's, by his standards, playing horrible. But yeah, if we just go, we could just either cross guys off. Like, I think you could cross off the first 5 names for me personally. I'll just give reasons. Scheffler, obviously, never going to take at that price still. I think for me, anything under 9-1 is just untakeable in golf. Rory McIlroy at 14. Don't even get me started there. The back, I'm not even going to touch that. If he goes on and win, that guy's whatever. Morikawa, Morikawa back to 20-1, too low for me. Siwoo 24-1, never going to do that with Siwoo.
Yep.
And then really Fleetwood, Henley, and Aberg. Fleetwood's not been great lately. Looked horrible last week.
He looked terrible.
Henley's a little low for me at 26, and then Aberg I'm just going to cross off because of the around the greens here. We saw him last year lose like -4 strokes, and I know he's from around the area, or he lives down there now, but that around the greens game is pretty bad from him. So those are just going to be the guys I cross off from the top of the board.
Yeah, Ludwig, the putter let him down so much last week. I think he could have ran away with it if he made half of the damn putts that he needed to make. It would be, but that was every player. Those greens were pretty tricky. Besides Patia, who's cheating.
They were tough, yeah.
So besides Patia, who's cheating, so let's go on that hot take right there. But no, the greens were a little tricky. Especially those like little 2 to 3 footers that that somebody didn't see very well, and you saw a lot of people. You saw Scotty struggle with them. You saw Ludwig struggle with them. You saw a ton of them. So I still think Ludwig's in the mix this week. I was impressed by what he was doing, especially with that Sunday that he came back a little bit, made a little bit of a gamble there. But same with you, Scheffler, Rory, Colin, and Siwoo. Siwoo, all four of those odds are pretty hard to take. Tommy, it's just hard to take him, like you said.
Yeah.
But just the way he's performing. Henley, I really like Henley, and I'm probably going to play him in DFS, even though he's going to be, probably one of the top 5 or 6 owned guys. But at $9K, I think it's well worth it. But still, I don't think he's going to be able to get there for me on the outright at 26-1. I would love to if I got him last week, like similar 31-ish. I think it was 31, 32 last week. But very intriguing are the next 3 guys for me: Xander, Cam Young, and Victor Hovland.
I'll even say the next 4 because I'm probably going to start my card with who you just said, Xander. I think FanDuel has 30 or 33, so I'll probably take on FanDuel. Yeah, okay. It's obviously a little better than 29, but yeah, if I can get Xander in the 3s, that would be great because he did start the week at 23 or 24. So I think everyone's kind of smashing Siwoo, Fleetwood, and Morikawa down, while Xander's kind of rising up a little bit, which is, his weekend, we kind of were monitoring him a little bit just to kind of hope he, has a couple good days, but he did struggle Saturday and Sunday at Bay Hill. But I don't know. We saw him contend here a couple weeks ago. He's been pretty 50-50 here on whether he makes the cut. If he does make the cut, he's going to be in the mix. But if he doesn't, obviously, he's missing a cut or top 10. So
he just the round 4 he was terrible. Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah. So off the tee, that's a bit scary. The ball striking too. All that is kind of maybe just like you said with Sepp, maybe it's just one of those outliers, just a bad day. So kind of what I'm going to look at. I think if you can always get a 30 on Xander, even with, so like here, a T2, T19, and a T2, and then 3 cuts. So it's like either he's missing the cut or he's contending. Kind of looking at that 2024 year, I guess, when he's more informed. But yeah, I think with him, I think you always got to take that 30 range with him and hope he's on his game. Obviously, a guy who can make some putts, and he's pretty good off the tee. So, yeah.
I'm totally fine with Xander there. He, let me try to pull this one back up. But yeah, he's especially with the way. He's not playing great, but he's also that's where you get a great number there at 29-1. And if you guys have been with us for a while, Xander is one of my favorite golfers, and I don't know if I've ever seen him this high. Besides when he was hurt, maybe with his wrist. But it's very intriguing to take him, especially with 2 top 5 finishes, almost 2 runner-up finishes in this same event. Knows the golf course very well. I don't know his splits if he's AM PM or PM AM, but we'll have to fine tune that. But another guy, like I just said, Cam Young. Cam Young was elite last week. So it. Very tough to take him outright just because we've always discussed his win equity is just not there. He's one of the most elite players on tour of scoring. And I think at 8,100 on DK, he's probably the most mispriced golfer on DFS this week. So you're going to see a heavy ownership value there, but for good measure, a short or a very, very elite iron player, Cam Young. 31-1 is not bad. I sadly, like I said to Teaser before the stream, I'm sadly on the cover boy, Victor Hovland this week, and I'm praying that his driver can be okay. But I just think his iron play has gotten so much better.
Yeah, from
the time he played this course last to to now, his iron play. He's one of the better iron players on the tour. And he's just super inconsistent. So I'm hoping to get him on a very, very streaky, hot streak here. But 37-1 is not a terrible number there. Anybody else, in that 440 to 50 range sticking out to you?
Yes, I'll talk about the guy under him, Hideki. I think I'm going to be on Hideki. Outrights haven't been working out for me this year, so I'm going to just kind of go with guts more than stats. But he's been good, man. I just realized Xander and Hideki are in the same group at 140 on Thursday, so that's not great. We'll talk about the weather. I think supposedly the PM AM might get screwed this week on Thursday, Fridays. That's what the first consensus was on the weather report. But I mean, it's hard to bet around that because it can always change in Florida, so you never really know.
Right.
But I don't know, it's hard to pass up Hideki and Xander. With Hideki, it's like he's rating good in the models. The problem with him is always off the tee, and like here, you can kind of club down a bit. Obviously, he can hit some fairways. Obviously, he has 2 top 10s here the past 3 years. Actually, 3 top 10s in the past 5. So he's been good here. You see off the tee, usually gains. And then the approach with him is the main key here. That's why he plays well. He can gain strokes on approach. And then I think a good stat I saw, strokes gain total the past 3 months, he's 9th. Strokes gain total mix. So on a very difficult conditions, he's top 5. So I think he fits well. And I'm going to hopefully shop around for maybe a 40 to 1. I would still take 37, but I think that's a pretty good number.
Yeah, I'm fine with Hideki. I have not been on Hideki for a while, but it makes sense here for sure. It's crazy to see the guy below him at Minwoo Lee 40 to 1. I don't think this course sets up very well for Minwoo, and you cannot take him at 40 to 1. I mean, we've seen him as high as like 120 to 1.
I will say, I agree. I'm not taking him at 40 to 1, but for some reason, or maybe it was 1 year or 2 years where he was contending. It's weird because it's like you wouldn't think he does well here, but it's like for some reason he just pulls out that 2 iron and just uses it all day off the tee. So it's like, who knows? But definitely 40. I think he was 71 to start the week, so people are just been mushing him down.
He had a bad Sunday too. So but a lot of people like to click on his name. Fitzy, Batia, Goddard, 3 guys I could easily see in the mix come Sunday. Fitzy probably is going to have the most depreciated ownership because he screwed so many people last week. I think he's coming in 15%, which is a little bit higher than I actually thought. And then you got Batia, who obviously came back, storming back. So more and more people will be on his 7,700. And then Goddard, I think he was playing solid until Sunday. Sunday just kind of stalled. But I mean, you're talking about somebody who's been very, very elite this year, and tough to go away from somebody who's won twice on the tour and he's 44 to 1. So this season, don't mind either one of those 3. If I had to pick one, I'd pick Fitzy. And then Brooks Koepka 45 to 1. Nothing on him this week.
No thanks.
Yeah, he just has not been competitive since he's been back. He had a couple good rounds at Torrey Pines when he was back, but then he's a lot of people were asking him if he makes the cut, if one of his goals is to make a cut every tournament, something's wrong. So
and then he gets a backdoor at Cognizant top 10, but he never was in the mix. So it's like people's like, oh, he's trending, he's really not. So I mean,
and that tournament was weak too. Very weak. So you put him in a field like this, it's hard for him to, I think, even sniff the top 20. Bobby Mack on him last week. I knew a lefty was going to win. I freaking knew it. the goddamn wrong lefty. The hell. But I don't know why. I just thought like lefties at that course would play well. I like when Bobby Mack plays tough courses, so I'm totally fine here, especially if it gets windy. One of the better wind players on tour, so I'm okay with going back to Bobby Mack. And then other guy in this range, Jake Knapp, screwed a lot of people last week. I think he had the flu or something like that.
Supposedly, it was he tweaked his back. Supposedly,
really?
It came out today. So I think supposedly he's fine now. It was just overuse because he played like 9 out of the first 10 events. So he said he took a weeks off and he seems better. And I think I like him this week as well. So
I mean, extremely long. Again, but he's one of the better putters on tour too. So I think he's gonna be fine. And I feel like if you look at his recent form, it's got to be one of the best on tour. Because it's top 10 galore. It's crazy. Like every tournament that he's been in so far, T11, and then everything else is top 10s. So to get a 49 to 1 on a guy who's been like that. So if you really want to just go a little bit more conservative, plus 380 top 10, you could go that route too.
Yeah.
But a guy has been absolutely phenomenal. Obviously, if he tweaked the back or flew or whatnot, what the hell he's got, just be cautious of that. But do not be afraid to click on Jake Knapp this week. He's coming in around 12% ownership too on DK. So not a bad idea for Jake Knapp. Anybody 50 to 60 range?
So I tweeted it out Sunday night. I got Sepp at 66 and he's now at 54. So put that on the Twitter or Monday morning. So that moved, which is good. That's just not feeling great after the Sunday round, but it's just a play of how he's been. And this is a type of course where obviously he's better on positional courses with the approach game's been elite this year. So I think I still would take him at 54. Other than that, I'm not seeing too much I like in that range.
Let's see. Sepp here. Still T13, but if you look, he was horrific on round 4. And that was some more, and that was more surprising because if you look at some of his,
the Genesis, he had that reshot in 80s, but
great round 4.
Yeah,
great round 4. I mean, he was very, very elite coming up to it. So I'm totally fine with Sepp this week. I don't even know what his course history is, but I'm sure it's fine.
It's pretty decent. I think he had a good one last
60, 3 top 20s.
Probably more of a safer top 20 or a matchup type guy, but hopefully he can, squeak it out if you are in the mix on an outright. But that's really all I like from that range. Do you like anyone in the 50, 70 range?
Harris English always. I was between him and Ludwig last week. I texted that to Teaser. I said, man, I'm torn. I want to go Ludwig or Harris English. I think of those two tough course, kings. They really, really like to play on tough, hard courses. So I'm okay with going right back to Harris at 54 to 1 here. He was in the 30s last week, which that alarmed me. I was like, man, I really don't want to take Harris English at like 30 something to 1, but I'd rather take Ludwig at 30 something to 1 because I think Ludwig's obviously a better player. Ended up going with Ludwig. Had a little bit of a sweat there, but Harris this week, totally fine with. Another guy I'm still okay with going to is Jordan Spieth at 66 to 1. I'm still fine with it. He did not play awful last week, but I wouldn't say he played elite whatsoever. He made some good shots. I've watched multiple of his rounds, and it's just he can't put it all together. That's his main problem right now. If he does, it's kind of exactly like a Morikawa play early on in the season where you're going to get a stupid good value play on a very, very good player. And that's what I'm hoping for of Spieth. That's kind of what I unfortunately went with last week, and I might have been a little early. I don't know what is. But still, T12, T11. I mean, he's coming into form. That's what I don't mind. It just doesn't have a great course history here. But so maybe I won't have him because he had a little bit better course history at Arnold. But maybe if we're forecasting and seeing what we can do for the Masters, I think that is a name you should probably keep for the Masters for Spieth. Obviously, he loves Augusta, so but no one really else. I mean, Cantlay 51 to 1 is a nice number, but I just hate that guy.
He's bad now. I don't know what's going on with him.
What do you think about Corey Connors 94 to 1 with we'll just go into some outrights real quick for some long shots. I think with the course history, don't mind it, but I don't think he's quite near the player he was this time last spring whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, this is the 5th major. Like it's tough for long shots to win here. Like usually the cream of the crop rises, but It's funny to see JT at 90-1 as well. It's just like there's an urge for me to take that number just because he's like it's JT. Like I mean, he can get hot like any second and he can go low. But I don't know. Last week he goes 7 over both the first 2 rounds, so that's pretty tough to take.
Oh, he looked bad.
Yeah, it was really bad. I mean, to be fair, we all expected it, but a couple I like in the long shots. I personally like Tom Hoagie, not to win, but like a top 10 or a top 20.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm pretty good at capping Tom Hoagie, and he plays well here, so I think we can see another good one. Another guy I take every year here, either top 20 or tournament matchups, Brian Harmon. Absolutely loves the course. He loves P-Dye courses. This is a course where obviously he's not going to probably win. He came close to one year, got a second, but it's just a course where he's not really overpowered or, he's like it suits his game perfectly.
Yeah.
So those are 2 names. And then really last one, I think there was one more. That might be it, actually. Yeah, that might be it. Maybe a little bit of Chris Kirk, but that's kind of – and also Nick Taylor. He plays pretty well here, so that's another kind of long shot you can play.
Couple ones that I like. I still think Sam Burns 74-1 is outrageous.
Crazy.
I think that's a great number there. Hard to take though. I mean, but just all around elite players. So I've not been on this guy, but the fall of Justin Rose after that ass beating that he gave the field is pretty crazy. 80-1. Thigala played pretty well last week at 80-1. Thorby 84-1. Nikolai Hogar 86-1. I think those guys are all pretty fair game this week. You saw last week they were in the mix. Thigala, Thorby, but yeah, so some pretty good golfers down there. My long shot would be Davis Thompson at 100-1.
Yeah, I saw that. He played well in Puerto Rico last week.
So that's the other key. So a lot of people don't ever pay attention to that Puerto Rico. I think he was like top 2. I think he was 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And so if you're obviously, everyone was focused on Arnold Palmer, but yeah. So watch out for those Puerto Rico Open players that did play last week, did not get much of airtime or whatnot. But yeah, Davis Thompson played very well. He can go super low. Very, very talented. Him, like I said, him and Thorby are very, very close to me in terms of player type to be like the next big thing in golf.
Even who won last week, Ricky Castillo.
Yep.
He's the one to look out for. I don't know if he's ever played here, but yeah, I saw him 45-1 too. I was so mad I didn't take him to win, but yeah, he's another up and coming player, so look out for him too.
Or I just take my boy Nico 145-1.
Yeah, people were actually on him. He started at like 250-1. Now he's all the way down. So
he started 5 under last week.
Yeah,
and then he missed the cut, I think.
Yeah, he did. He's like crazy feast or famine, man.
Yeah, he's aggressive.
Yeah.
All right. We will get to our matchups here, and then I will announce the $50 Discord winner giveaway. What is your favorite matchup for the tournament?
I looked through them.
Also, forgot we have that. Will there be a hole in one this week? I mean, it doesn't have to be 17, but will there? That's just that's the big question there.
That's probably the one it would happen on, I would assume. Other ones are pretty tough, but I'm gonna go on a Saturday. We'll go yes on Saturday.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna root for it. So
yeah,
let's do it. All right, head-to-head tourney matchups, man.
They're not great this week, actually. I thought they would have a bigger selection and tough ones, but
oh man, I saw Bobby Mack over Brooks, and I was like, yes, and then it was minus 182.
That's ridiculous. Yeah,
that is dumb. That is dumb.
I mean, these are tough this week. Really don't even know. Yeah, they really set them up pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I really don't lean one, but we have to pick one for the show. So it's like,
Oh yeah,
we could
I
fade.
I got mine.
I think I know where you're going, but who are you going with?
I don't know if you know this one. I'm gonna fade Minwoo. I'm gonna go Goddard up plus
Wow.
102.
See,
Plus
that's
102.
actually that's a good line.
Plus 102 Goddard up. I'm just hoping Minwoo goes back to being terrible.
Yeah,
Goddard up just stays steady like he has been.
not bad. I might just go Bazate note over Pendrith. He plays
Ooh,
well here, Bezzy. He makes a
Bezzy.
lot of birdies. Yeah,
He's a long shot too. Yeah.
so I think I like that one.
And then runner up for me was probably Burns over Thigala. That was a runner up.
Burns over Thigala. I also like it's tough to do that, but Nap over Batia just to kind of fade.
I wanted to say, hey, let's fade the winner.
Close.
But Batia has he's been around.
Yeah, he's
all
been
spring.
Yeah.
He's been 2 or 3 tournaments. I know Pebble was one of them. There's one other one besides last week where he was just sniffing, and I'm like, that cheating little guy, he's going to definitely get it someday. And he got it.
Yeah.
All right, the $50 giveaway in the Discord, the Sharp Bros Discord. Hit that link below if you guys have not joined. It's literally like $10. It is best $10 you'll ever spend. Coco 34 is the winner. I will announce that in the Discord. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. We have our full card out for tomorrow, or outrights out tomorrow for you guys, and then we have round by round matchups. We've been absolutely having a fun year, I think, with round by rounds. I know Teaser has been experimenting with stuff on PrizePicks, going round scores.
Yeah.
Besides, you're going to smash an outright, but you've been dominating the round stuff, so it's been fun. Make sure you guys hit us up in the Discord, and we'll be back next week. I don't even know what tournament's next week, but we'll be back. So, all right, appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you guys.
Peace.